we were discussing about departmentation, right? So what is departmentation? Departmentation is the process by which similar activities of the business are grouped into units for the purpose of facilitating smooth administration at all levels, right? What is departmentation? Departmentation means the process by which we group together similar activities into a single unit. Like we were saying yesterday, marketing. So we have market research is to be done, market planning is there, advertisements are there, sales is there, right? So we have market planning is there, market analysis is there, market research is there, then advertisements is there, sales is there. So all these things are related to market or marketing. So we'll put all these things together into one single unit. Okay, and that is departmentation. And why do we do this? Because we need to facilitate smooth administration at all levels. Okay, so for administrative purposes. So what are the major purpose of departmentation? One is group individuals with common background and shared characteristics, like those who are having background in accountancy or finance or engineering background, or those who are having engineering background, or those who are having arts background. Like that, we need to identify them, need to put them together. Okay, so they are all working on similar projects. Define relationship of positions within an organization. What is the relationship? Right? Then establish a formal line of authority. That is, who will answer to whom? Okay, who is accountable? Who is having the responsibility? Then provide job specialization to members. Since you are doing in a particular department only. Okay, suppose you are in. We'll take a construction firm for example. So there is a department for design. There is a department for estimation. Then construction of field work. There will be departments, right? So you will be placed in one such department based on your interest. So suppose you are based in you are put in a design department. Okay, so you will be continuously you will be designing various types of buildings. Okay, various structures. Not only building, various structures you will be designing. So you're getting exposed to new and new things. So you will be continuously you are growing. You are specializing. So being a part of a design group, you'll become an expert in designing, right? So you are getting more and more specialized. So provide job specialization to members. Then increase the economies of scale, that is cost reduction through enhanced production, like what we said yesterday. Like mass production will lead to better sales and cost will be also less. Okay? When we produce something in mass quantity, we'll have a reduction in the cost. Now, what are the basis of departmentation? So, departmentation will be done based on the situation. Okay, departmentation depends on the given situation and what the manager believes will yield the best result. Okay, departmentation will depend on the situation. Okay, and what the manager will believe. Okay, so sometimes what will happen is you'll go for the job, you'll be interested in field work. Okay, we'll be as site engineer. But what will happen is there the demand will be, or the recruitment may be for design purpose, or they will have a shortage. So when the manager goes through your resume, he'll find that you have knowledge in designing. So okay, we'll do one thing. We'll put you in the designing department. Later we'll see. Okay, like that. The manager will decide what based on the situation. Okay. And if manager feels that is better decision, he will be putting you in that particular department. So it depends on the given situation and what manager believes will yield the best result. Right? That is the basis of department. Now, other are departmentation based on function. Right? When the departments are based on function, it's known as function departmentation. And what are the functions? So if in a normal manufacturing company, what will be the function? We'll be having production. We'll be having marketing. We'll be having finance. Right? These will be production. Sometimes there will be designing or engineering also. Okay? So for the time we will take production, finance, and management. So there will be one of the function will be production. The other function will be marketing. The function will be finance. So based on that, okay, based on what function has to be performed, the departmentation may be done. It is called functional departmentation, right? And the second one is based on geography. That is where are your company is there. So in like Indian Railway, we have they are having north zone, south zone, east, west, and central zone. Right? Each of these zone will have um, its own departments. Right? Department may be similar, but each will be independently. Right? Suppose you are having your company is the company is worldwide company, so there will be an office in for North America. There will be South America. Asia will have. Then Pacific, that Australia, New Zealand, there will be one department like that based on geography where it is located. So the aim is to provide better service to customers and be more cost effective. For the aim of departmentation based on geography, right? So customers can easily avail the benefits. Then based on customer group, that is the primary purpose of this is to ensure that the organization respond to the requirements of a specific customer or a group of customers efficiently. It's known as market departmentation, right? So in we have discussed about banking, right? So in banking, we have you might have seen, right? There is a NRI branch will be there, and there will be the corporate, there will be for agriculture, okay, like that. So it will be depending on the group of customers. So if in a region there are lots of NRIs, the bank will be they will set up NRI branch. There are agriculture, farmers are more, they will be for farmers will need the help, right? So farmers for helping the farmers for catering the needs of the farmers, they'll set up a branch especially for farmers like that. Okay, respond to the requirements of a specific customer or a group of customers efficiently. This is not market departmentation. Then based on the product, so all activities connected with one product will be under one department, right? So we are said like we'll take the example of automobile. So we have two-wheeler company. So two-wheeler, we are having a automobile company, production company, and we'll be producing two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, and heavy vehicles, right? So two-wheeler, it will have its own production, manufacture, production, marketing, and finance. Three-wheelers will be also having its own production, manufacturing, finance. Four-wheeler will have, and heavy vehicles will be also having the same, right? But here, what we will be dividing it in basis of department. Or department is based on the product, right? The two-wheeler is the product. It will have its own department. Three-wheeler, it's another product. It will be having its own department. Four-wheeler, next product. Again, a department will be formed for four-wheeler. What will happen is one person may be working both two. If we will have 2%, they will be working in marketing only. But one person will be, person A will be working marketing for two-wheeler, and person B will be working marketing for three-wheeler, right? So they are both in different departments, right? So that is departmentation based on product. The next one is matrix departmentation. Matrix departmentation is a combination of both. That is combination of functional and product departmentation. Okay, functional and product. So what is function departmentation? Departmentation based on function. Product departmentation based on products. Okay, so this kind of organization, this kind of departmentation is basically more often seen in construction, aerospace, or managing consulting firms. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll take an example of a construction company. Okay, so in construction company, currently they're having a product dam, building, and a stadium. They have to build a dam, they have to build a building, multi-story building, and they have to build a stadium. Right. So these three are products. Right. Similarly, being a construction company, they will be having a design wing, they will be having estimation wing, and they will be a construction wing. Right. Field option. So what will happen is in design field, first, if the project is dam, the design wing will design dam. Okay. Design completed, they will transfer it to the and it to construction. And sometimes this maybe they will be designing for dam, sometimes they will be designing for buildings, and sometimes here if I, right? So designing, so you're dividing the organization, execution and construction. Also, dam, building and stadium. Right. So design wing will be dam. Again, half will be designing a building for the stadium metrics. Okay. So this management consists of what like to acquire specific so organization to extra. Okay. Be easier for group. Is decentralized. What is this? Managing authority means all the authority is not concentrated with the manager only. The department will have its own authority. Okay, so each of the department will also have its own authority. So the authority is distributed. Okay, then enables optimal utilization of resources to be used. So enables optimal utilization of resources. As duplication can be reduced means everyone knows what they are doing. Okay, every department, everyone knows what they are doing, so there is no chance of duplication. So marketing people will be only concerned with marketing only. So anything and everything related to marketing will be done by marketing department. Similarly, production department will be doing anything and everything by production, anything and everything related to production, like that. Then performance comparison and measurements. Performance comparison and measurements means performance comparison and measurement. So because everyone is in the department, everyone is doing designing, so we know, so everyone is doing similar work, so we can easily measure what the output is. We can compare their output. Okay. So better performance comparison and performance evaluation can be done more effectively. Then top management can train and develop managers by assigning them duties to different departments. Because see, what happens is when the top management feels that one person is good, okay, he can be promoted to top level manager. So he should be knowing everything about the company. What the top management will do is first they will allocate him into production. So sometimes work in the production department. So he will work there. So he'll understand what is production process, what is happening. He'll get an idea about that, right? So once after that, he'll be transferred to marketing. So work there, understand what is happening, look into what is the process. Then after that, he'll be changed into finance. So basically, what is he's understanding everything about the department, everything about the organization from each department. Okay, so first hand experience he's getting. So finally, when he's completed all these things, he'll have a good knowledge about the company, right? So that is, and he can be promoted to top management. Then ensures better customer service, right? Everything is departmentalized. So when a customer comes with a request, right? So he may say, I need this kind of a product. So he can be easily transferred to that department. So that department can look into what his needs are, right? Maybe for example, in concrete manufacturing, ready mix concrete, right? Ready mix concrete plants are there. So what will happen when a person comes and says, see, I need this concrete of this compressive strength. So what they will do is they will transfer him to the department, so design department. So the design department, they can easily know what is happening, what is the requirement, they will design it. If a person comes with a complaint, there is an issue with this kind of a product, so what will do, again he can be easily transferred to that particular department, right? So it can be, so it ensures better customer service. And now what are the limitations? It slows down the decision making process because so many departments are there, more and more people are involved, so the decision making process will be slow. Okay. Then manager gives undue importance to department activities. So manager may give more and more, he may be concentrated in department. The importance which doesn't warrant, he'll be giving that. Okay, ആവശ്യമില്ലാത്തത്, that means. Okay, then administrative cost will be higher since there's more and more departments, more and more people are there, so more and more facilities have to be provided, like and basically we'll need to provide a place to sit, okay, to work. Then they'll require space. Then if the computers may be provided, need to be provided power, electricity, sometimes telephone, sometimes net. This kind of overhead will come, so it will increase the administrative cost. And departmentation is basically it's a complex task. You might have seen when you are dividing yourself into different project groups, there is so many factors to be considered. It's a complex work also, right? Then the next concept was line and staff concept. The line concept, staff concept. So who is line, who is staff? Okay, so line functions are those that have a direct impact on the accomplishment of objectives of an organization. Okay, so line functions are those that have a direct impact on the accomplishment of the objectives of an organization. Right? So line functions, they will have a direct impact. Okay, they directly affect the whether we meet our objective or not. And staff functions are those that help the line function work more effectively in accomplishing the objective. So line function, their actions will determine whether we achieve our objective or not, right? And similarly, staff function will help the line function, people who are in line function, to achieve the goal. Okay, so staff function helps line function to achieve goal. Line function achieves goals, like that. Okay, staff help. So with an example, if we say, so the manufacturing company, the objective will be more profit, right? So if we want to profit, we need to sell more, and if we want to sell more, we need to produce more. Okay, so in order to produce more, we need good production, and then we need to sell more, marketing, line, right? So if then we'll be able to, and marketing is also good, then we'll be able to sell more, and we'll have more and more profit. So that is line function. So in order to increase the profit, we need line and we need line function. And what are they? Production and marketing. Okay, then the legal, the public relation, the personal, etc. are staff function. Okay, if there is a problem, if there is a legal problem, what will happen? The line function, the people in the line function, they'll call up the advocates, they call up the lawyer and ask for advice. So legal issue, so they will advise so understand the term, they will advise the line function. Okay, they'll advise the line function in order to meet what is to be done. So legal, public relations, and personal, etc. will be staff function. So line authority is direct authority, which is superior exercise over his subordinates to carry out orders and instructions, right? So line authority means it is the direct authority which is superior exercise over his subordinates to carry out orders and instructions. Okay, so it's the authority. I have the authority to tell my subordinate, my junior, to say, do this thing. Okay, carry out this order, carry out this thing. Okay, you need to produce this much amount. Okay, so that is line authority. And staff authority, what happens is, staff authority involves giving advice to line authority managers. Okay, so staff authority will advise the line managers to do something. But the issue is, they can only advise. Okay? They cannot implement their own advice. Okay? They don't have the authority to implement their advice. They can only advise. So implementation can be done only by line authority. Right. So moving on. If you have any doubt, let me know, please. Decision making. So decision making is the process by which decision making is the process by which a course of action is consciously chosen from available alternative for the purpose of achieving desired result. Okay, so decision making means it's the process by which a course of action is chosen from available alternatives for the purpose of achieving a desired result. Okay, so say for example, in our aim is to go to Kashmir. Okay, so we need to go to Kashmir. So what are the alternatives available? We can go by bike, we can go by car, we can take a train or bus, or we can even go by flight. These are the alternatives, right? So the result is the alternatives are right. We have what has to be done? We need to choose from these alternatives. Okay, we need to choose from these alternatives the best course of action, the best way to reach Kashmir. Okay, so when we are going for a solo trip, bike may be good, and we are going flight may be good, right? So we need to think about it. We are choosing randomly to toss a coin and decide. No, we are choosing. We are choosing the best, and that is decision making. Clear? Decision making is a process by which course of action is consciously chosen from available alternatives for the purpose of achieving desired results. What is the result? Reaching Kashmir. What are the alternatives? By bike, by car, by bus, or by flight. And among these alternatives, we choose the best thing, and that too consciously. Okay, after careful examination only, we will be choosing. Evaluation only, we will be choosing, and that is this process decision making. Okay, it is something which we have been doing all our life, and we will be doing all our life also. So what are the limitations in decision making? One is it is a time consuming process, right? What happens? We need to consider the merits. We have to consider demerits, right? So what are the merits by going by bike? What is merit by going by car? By a flight. We need to think about merits and demerits. Also, what will happen? We'll have to take advices from other people also. Okay. So those who have already taken such a trip, what is the best thing? How can be done? So it's the process of take time to create this thing. Then competition. See, complex decision means when there are many people are involved in the decision making process, or everyone will have their own opinion, right? Every single person will have their own opinion. So what we need to do is we need to consider all the opinion, and sometimes what we'll have to we'll be forced to take some compromises, right? We'll be forced to make some compromises also, right? So compromise decisions has to be taken. Like for example, when you guys are planning for a tour, everyone have their opinion. We need to go there. Somebody will say we need a water theme park. Some may say we don't need. So after careful discussion, only we might have to take a compromise, and we one or the other has to compromise. Okay, we'll go to a water theme park, or no, we'll not go to a water theme park, like that. Then biased decisions. Biased decisions means what happens is, see, if the manager or the final authority making decision, final authority for decision making, what he will do, he or she will always do, make a decision that benefits himself or herself, right? Whenever I am making a decision, what will be I'll be looking whether it benefits me or not. Okay, there is a possibility of that. Okay? I will not consciously choose a decision that may harm me. Okay, I'll always go for make a decision that will help me only, or maybe sometimes my friends. Okay, there's a possibility that we'll have a official unofficial groups in the office as well. in your classroom itself, there will, among 100 of you, there will be some friendly circles will be there, right? So like that. So there chance of bias decisions, and when some bias decisions are made, it will always be bad for the company and bad for the other workers. Then limited analysis. We said that this process is a very time-consuming process, right? Because we have taken the merits, demerits, everything under consideration. Then what will happen is sometimes the manager may not do that. Right? He may only do a limited amount of analysis. It may be due to his inexperience. Okay? Maybe by any factor, he may not take a complete scenario into consideration and will be only considering few things, and that will be having a limited analysis, and that will always be bad. Then uncontrollable environmental factors. Uncontrollable environmental factors is the political factors, the social, the technological, these things which is beyond our control, right? Now, it's past few days, few weeks, the cryptocurrencies they were booming. Suddenly, China made a decision. Then other countries are making something. So the laws are made. So we need to even consider international scenarios also. International politics will also come into play, right? So, uh, uncontrollable environmental factors, social factors, the political factors, the technological development, like that. Then the other things, uncertain future. Uncertain future means, see, whenever you are making a decision, what are we doing? We are doing it for future. For future, we are making a decision. Okay, and what is the truth about future? We don't know what will happen, right? We don't know what will happen tomorrow. So future is uncertain. So decisions are made for future. So future something might prove wrong. So it may prove right. So whenever we are making it for future, there is also always a limitations because future is uncertain. What we expect may not happen. Okay. Now, how do we evaluate and select from alternatives? Okay. So we said going to Kashmir is our aim or objective. The alternative is by car, bus or train, flights. These four are alternatives. Now, how do we evaluate and choose the best? So evaluation is needed to select the best alternative for implementation. So we need to choose the best one. This is the point of ultimate decision making. Okay, this is the point where make the decision. So while evaluating the alternatives, the manager must consider and compare the alternative plans or decisions. Okay, whenever we are evaluating the alternatives, the manager, he or she must consider. Okay, so there's other ways also. Okay, it is not like we have only bike and a flight. We have option of car and option of bus or train. So these are the options should also be considered. These are the alternatives should also be considered. Okay. For this, manager must consider quantitative and qualitative factors. Now, what do you mean by qualitative factors? Quantitative factors means those factors which can be measured. Okay, they are tangible. Okay, if number of units sold, I have sold this much numbers. I have traveled. I have cost this much rupees. Okay, this is my profit. Profit is this much rupees. Right? This can be measured or have this much kilometer. You travel this much kilometer in this much time. So these things can be measured. These are quantitative. Okay? Qualitative means those factors which cannot be measured. Right? Like the quality of our labor. Okay? What is the quality of our labor force? Right? What is the political scenario? Okay? What is the condition of the roads? Okay, these things will change. Okay, so these are qualitative. This cannot be measured numerically. Okay, and it can be intangible. So they are intangible, right? Maybe all factors must be considered, and while considering, you need to take care of quantitative and qualitative factors. Okay. Now, what are the techniques available? The techniques available we have. First one is marginal analysis. Okay. So marginal analysis, what happens is it's concerned with change in the total arrival because of one additional unit. Okay. So we are producing 1,000 units. Okay. We are producing 1,000 cars. Okay. So what will happen if we produce 1,001 cars? Okay, we are just producing one more. Okay. What will happen if you produce 1,001 cars? That is the question for Marginal analysis. It is concerned with finding out change in the total arising because of one additional unit. What will happen if we produce one additional car? Okay. Then we have two terms: marginal revenue and marginal cost. So marginal revenue means the change in the total revenue due to one additional unit sold. What will happen? We are always producing and selling 1,000 cars. How much will be earned if we sell 1,001 car? Okay, that is marginal. If we sell one more, what is the revenue? What is the income? Okay, that is if we sell one more. And marginal cost is change in the total cost due to one additional unit produced. Okay, so if to produce 1,000 we need much of amount. Okay, to produce one more 1,001, how much is the cost required? This is marginal cost. Marginal. Okay, by very small. That's why. So marginal analysis helps to compare the additional revenues with the additional cost. So what we do, we'll compare. So 1,000, if you produce 1,001, this much is the revenue, this much is the cost, and we'll compare those two. And what happens if the additional revenue is more than the cost? If the additional revenue is more than the cost, means we produce more, we can have more revenue. That means more profit. More profit can be produced by producing more. Okay? The revenue is more than the cost. Additional revenue more than the additional cost. And what will happen if the additional revenue is less than the additional cost? Meaning what? When we are producing one more, our revenue is getting less. Right? Our revenue is decreasing. Our income is decreasing. That means more profits can be made by producing less number. Okay? When we are producing 1,001 unit, our revenue is 10. 10. Okay, but when we are producing out for 1,000, our revenue is 11. So when we are producing 999, our revenue will be more, like that. So when we decrease, so if the marginal revenue is less than the additional cost, more profit can be made by producing less. That is first method, marginal analysis method. Okay, go through this. We will discuss it again tomorrow. Okay, so cost effective analysis or cost benefit analysis. This is what we always do. Calculation of ratio benefits to the cost. A project is considered desirable if its net benefit exceeds cost. Okay, if our benefit is more than the cost, then it is desirable. So net benefit should be more than the cost. And net benefit means total benefit minus disbenefits. Okay, total benefits minus disbenefits. And what is cost? Cost means the expenditure. Expenditure means the initial investment. So we need a office, we need a manufacturing, so we need initial investment will be there. Then the operating cost is there. Then we need raw materials, we need personnel, we need electricity. So that will be operation cost. And similarly, we'll be having maintenance cost also. Then we'll have to maintain the equipment. We'll have to do the maintenance work also. These all things comes under cost. Benefit means gains, profit, and disbenefit means loss. Okay? So the best will be which one? Which gives us maximum benefit at minimum cost. That will be the best alternative. Okay? So alternative that gives maximum benefit at minimum cost is selected. So that is cost benefit analysis. The first one is margin analysis. Second one is cost benefit analysis. And how do we select? Okay, what is the basis of selecting the? That is evaluation. Now selection of alternative, our experience will come into play, experimentation will come into play, and research analysis. These are three other tools: experience of a manager, experimentation, and research and analysis. Three. Okay. What is experience? Experience means what based on a past. Okay. It's a guide. Okay. Past we had observed something, and this was the result. That was based on past experience. Okay. You can rely on the past experience and will give me a good row. So last time I did this, so my result was this much. So I need to change that. No, I need to adapt that, like that. That is the experience. Right? Then experimentation. Experimentation means, see, we have 10 alternatives. Suppose we are having 10 alternatives. Try one of the alternatives and see how it goes in a way of choosing an alternative. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take out of the 10, we'll select one, and we'll implement it. Okay? We'll implement it and see what will happen. Okay, we implement the one of the alternative and see what happens. Okay, that is experimentation. So what we're doing, we are implementing. So that means we involves money and manpower. So it is a very expensive method. And if it is not success, we have to try other alternative. So 10th alternative is a failure. So we'll select 6th alternative and we'll try it. If it is again a failure, we'll go for 4th. Like that we'll be repeating. So trying one alternative and see what it does. So because we are implementing it, it is a very expensive process. Okay, this should be used only after considering other alternatives. Okay, once all the other alternatives are considered, when one or two are remaining only, we'll be doing this method. Okay, well, the final method is research and analysis. So research and analysis means it's the best technique when major decisions are involved. So we are studying a problem, we are understanding it first, and then only we'll be deciding. So in that we'll be modeling. So you guys are learning software modeling, right? So we'll be modeling a building. What will happen? How much is we give this much thickness for the column? What will happen? You'll say structure will fail, and we'll change. So we are experimenting, researching. Right? Each type of stat will be researching like that. That is modeling. Okay. So modeling, qualitative and quantitative aspects are to be studied. Okay, clear? So when selecting, we have to give importance to our experience. We have to experiment. We have to research and analysis. Okay, so we'll stop it today. Now, let me know if you have any doubt.